Hi, good evening to you from Orlando with lifetime Longhorn Will Matthews, also our sideline reporter on Longhorn Radio Network. All right, Longhorns, they get over the disappointment of not getting into the college football playoff. What do you think the mindset is now playing in a bowl game? Obviously, a lot of players won't be here on Wednesday.
Yeah, a lot of guys will be out, and that's kind of the nature of where we are with college football. But I think really the motive here is to get film. A lot of young guys are going to get to play. This will be their first time that they really get to play a quality opponent and get those minutes. This is going to pay dividends as we're looking into 2026, especially with a lot of young guys. You got a lot of guys in secondary, and we got 7 guys who have opted out for whatever reason. There's a lot of opportunity for that young crowd of guys to get great reps and really make their imprint on Texas football.
What's your take on the portal? You played here 05, your senior year, that Michigan Rose Bowl. Much different world back then. If you wanted to go somewhere, you had to sit out a year, and that was a big deterrent.
Well, the portal is something that can really be helpful for a team to go out and get the player that makes more sense for the offense and defense that they're running, and also for a player who, just sees that they're not getting the opportunity to see the field as much as they would like to, or there's, some monetary value there. But sometimes it really takes away from that, I'm behind this guy, I'm going to learn from this guy, I'm going to cook, is what the young kids are saying nowadays. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to learn and I'm going to pay my dues and get there. A lot of guys can see dollar signs on the other side of the fence and they jump and get over there. And, what is the benefit there? Because when you're looking at an education and a fan base like Texas, there really isn't many like it. I mean, we are the most seen and the most profitable organization in college football right now. So the guys got to weigh it, and that portal makes it difficult.
Yeah, and it sounds like you were a little surprised about Trey Wisner's decision.
I really was. I mean, he just exuded Texas football. He's got the really great story of not really seeing a way to the field, play special teams, bust his butt, and then, he's running back number one. And, whether it's lost in translation, I really would have liked to see Trey continue in a Texas Longhorn uniform, but we all know he's got to make decisions for his life, and we don't all know how it's going to shake out for him, but wishing him well.
What's the motivation on Wednesday against Michigan in a glorified exhibition, yet Sark talks about that 10th win. And to your point, a lot of guys are kind of getting their shot. As odd as it may seem, in the bowl game is where they're maybe going to get their most reps.
Yeah, and this is about legacy. I mean, if you are a player at the University of Texas, what you want to do is you want to win. Having a 10-game season, 10-win season is a big deal. Being able to beat Michigan in the Citrus Bowl, is a notch on the belt. It isn't the national championship, and it isn't the CFP. But if there's any sort of consolation, those guys going out there and giving it all and getting the W for Longhorn fans and for themselves and their future, it's a big deal.
Arch Manning was asked about decision to come back. He said, I've got more football to play at Texas, want to be part of this program. What have you seen from his ascension and after the game, visiting with him on our post-game show and kind of watching him mature before everyone's eyes as a quarterback?
Yeah, it's been really cool. There were a lot of expectations going into this season about him, being the number 1 pick and Heisman and those kinds of things. And throughout the season, we've seen like spurts of it all over the place. But watching him grow and mature has been really special because it seems like he doesn't carry it all on his back. He's really jovial and funny. I mean, he walks into the press conference and he's the first guy to jump on the sword. He's like, yeah, it's my fault. This is what happened, and here's where I can get better. And that attitude has really paid him well. I think he's going to have a great showing this week. And then also, I can't wait to see what he can do next year.
Let's talk about 22 years ago on Thursday, Texas, Michigan at the Rose Bowl, your final game as a Longhorn. You still think about that game? I
really, really do. And great friends from there, and those Texas Longhorn brothers will be together and binded by that season for a long time. And we've talked about this before, just being able to get a shot in the NFL and then also be a part of this Longhorn community. It's just such a special thing to have that Rose Bowl ring and to know no matter what happens, we beat Michigan in that Rose Bowl would set up the national championship for the next year, and we are etched in Texas history forever, and that's a special thing for us.
Don't age you. It's 21 years ago, not 22
Okay.
years ago. My bad.
I mean, it feels like 100 years sometimes, but it's a good time.
Lifetime Longhorn Will Matthews joining us. We'll be back after this. Let me see if